Welcome back everyone. It's time for our quick revision. The Merchant of Venice Act 3 Scene 2. I have divided this set on Act 3 Scene 2 into two halves, Video 1 and Video 2. This is Video 1. I have done so because I have in store for you more than 60 multiple choice questions on this particular scene in accordance with the Icse Semester 1 syllabus. But before that, let me just read out a brief note on Act 3 Scene 2. Portia has fallen in love with Bisanyo and wants him to wait a few days before making his choice of the caskets. But Bisanyo refuses to wait. He meditates aloud on the difference between appearance and reality and wins Portia for his wife. This point, this theme, difference between appearance and reality is very important. Nerissa and Gratiano congratulate him and Gratiano declares his own marriage plans. Lorenzo and Jessica arrive at Belmont together with Celerio, who has brought a letter from Antonio. Antonio has written to say that he is in Shylock's power. The Merchant of Venice Act 3 Scene 2. Question 1. As Act 3 Scene 2 opens, where are the characters present? Option A, Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Option B, Shylock's house. Option C, Venice, a street. And option D, the stock exchange, the Rialto. The right answer is option A, Belmont, a room in Portia's house. In the previous video, I had told you to learn the setting of each and every scene. So, this is very important and you must learn the setting of each and every scene. It's time for question number 2. Which character is not present at the opening of the scene? Not present. Mark this. Not present. Antonio, Bisanyo, Portia or Nerissa. The right answer is Antonio. Option A. Question 3. I pray you tarry, pause a day or two before you hazard. What does the word hazard signify? Bisanyo will risk his life. Bisanyo will take a risk by making the choice of the caskets. Bisanyo will put Antonio's life at risk. Bisanyo will lose the second arrow after risking his first and third arrows. The right answer is Bisanyo will take a risk by making the choice of the caskets. It's option B. And who is asking Bisanyo to tarry and pause a day or two? It is Portia. The very first speech of Portia in Act 3 Scene 2. Next, question 4. Why is Portia forsown? What is the meaning of the word forsown? Promised. Portia promised to Bisanyo that she would marry him. Portia is forsown to fulfill her father's wish. Portia promised to help her suitors. Portia is forsown to save Antonio. What is the right answer? Option B. Portia is forsown to fulfill her father's wish. She will abide by the instructions given by her late father in his will. She will not disclose the right casket to Bisanyo or, for that matter of fact, any other suitor after Bisanyo, and she has not revealed anything to the suitors who have come before Bisanyo. Let's read the next question. It is question number 4, but actually it should have been question 5. I have made a slight mistake and I am very sorry for that. And we will read whatever number is mentioned on the screen. Question 4. What is rack? Option A, the room where the caskets are kept. Option B, watery deathbed. Option C, an instrument of torture which stretched the victim's body until his confession of crimes. Option D, stairs of sand. The right answer is option C, an instrument of torture which stretched the victim's body until his confession of crimes. And Who lives upon the rack? Is it Portia or Antonio, Gratiano or Bisanyo? The right answer is option D. It is Bisanyo who lives upon the rack. Who is Bisanyo's torturer? Shylock, Portia, Antonio, Nerissa. The right answer is option B. Bisanyo's torturer is Portia. Bisanyo says, "O happy torment when my torturer doth teach me answers for deliverance." Question 7. In Act 3, Scene 2, Portia compares Bisanyo to which mythological figure? Hercules, Thor, Janus or Nestor? It's option A, Hercules. Go Hercules. Live thou. I live with much, much more dismay. I view the fight than thou that makest the fray. What does Portia stand for? Dowry of a second head, virgin tribute, paid by howling Troy, sacrifice, Dardanian wives. Portia stands for sacrifice. She says, "I stand for sacrifice. The rest aloof are the Dardanian wives with bleared visages come forth to view." Portia's speech starting from line number 40 to line number 62. Question 9. As Act 3 Scene 2 opens, what does Portia ask of Bisanyo? Not to select either the gold or the silver casket, just to leave Belmont as soon as possible. Not to hazard a guess at the caskets, to wait a few days before choosing a casket. The right answer is option D, to wait a few days before choosing a casket. I pray you tarry, pause a day or two before you hazard. Next, question 10. With gazing fed and fancy dies in the cradle where it lies. What characteristic feature of fancy is suggested in the quoted lines? Fancy has a very short life. Fancy means imagination. Fancy is the outcome of fancy's knell, and fancy is permanent. The right answer is fancy has a very short life. Transitory nature of fancy. Attraction. Question 11. One half of me is yours, the other half yours. Mine own, I would say, but if mine, then yours, and so all yours. What do Portia's words reveal? Portia's deep love for Bisanyo. Portia does not reciprocate Bisanyo's love for her. Portia gives her wealth to Bisanyo. Portia reveals the location where her portrait is kept locked. Option A, Portia's deep love for Bisanyo is the right answer. Put a tick mark. Next, 12. The word knell is associated with choice of the right casket, funeral and death, outward appearance, law. We all know that knell is associated with funeral and hence death. So the right answer is option B, funeral and death. Next, question 13. Who or what is still deceived with ornament? The world? All the suitors of Portia excluding Bisanyo? Many cowards whose hearts are false as sandbanks? Or Midas? The right answer is option A, the world. That is the people of the world. Question 14. What obscures the show of evil in law? Quotation from a holy book, attractive decoration, pleasing voice of a lawyer, long, curly and snake-like golden locks of hair. So, quotation from a holy book obscures the show of evil in law. It is option A. 15. What is engendered in the eyes? Love, fancy, luck or ornament? The right answer is option B, fancy. 16. What was the feeling which Portia did not experience while Bisanyo was making his choice of casket? Now keep this in mind. Portia did not experience while Bisanyo was making his choice of casket. Did not experience ecstasy, shuddering fear, despair, green-eyed jealousy. So, while he was making his choice of casket, Portia was not ecstatic or she was not joyful. It was only after Bisanyo made the right choice that she was filled with ecstasy. 17. In religion, what damned error, but some sober brow will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with fair ornament. Question 1. Which expression best refers to damned error? The most rotten case, immortality, fortune's fault, a great sin. Damned error, the meaning is a great sin. Option D. What is some sober brow? A man with a pious appearance, tear-stained women, a woman who is dead and lies buried in her grave, a woman without a sober forehead. It's option A, a man with a pious appearance. What is a text? The Bible, the mythological story of Hercules, the scroll, or just a quotation. Text is the Bible or a holy book. Whatever option you will get, you will put a tick mark. It may be the Bible or it may be a holy text or a holy book. Next, which trait of Bisanyo is revealed in the quoted lines? His vanity, his boastful nature, his humility, his wise judgment. Bisanyo is wise and we see his wise judgment in the quoted lines. Option D. Which theme is highlighted here? Appearance versus reality, transitory nature of fancy, deception, vanity. The theme that is highlighted here in this extract is appearance versus reality, the difference between appearance and reality. In the sphere of religion, an extremely wicked and sinful act may have been committed, but its evil character can be hidden by an attractive decoration. If some solemn-looking person or a person with a pious appearance defends it and supports his defense with a quotation from a holy book, in this case, it is the Bible. So here, Bisanyo uses the analogy of religion. Just before this, he spoke about law, and then he will also speak about beautiful women who use cosmetics in order to enhance their beauty. The next question is an extract. Read the extract and answer the following questions. A part of section B, multiple choice questions. Question 19. Look on beauty and you shall see it is purchased by the weight, which therein works a miracle in nature, making them lightest that wear most of it. So are those crisped, snaky, golden locks, which make such wanton gambols with the wind. Upon supposed fairness, often known to be the dowry of a second head, the skull that bred them in the sepulchre. Now, learn the entire speech of Bisanyo while he is checking or contemplating as to which casket he will choose, the golden one, the silver one, or the laden one. That portion is very important. In fact, Act 3, Scene 2 is important. Do not skip any passage or any extract. Read and learn properly for your multiple choice questions. What is Bisanyo doing here? He is trying to convince Portia. He is speaking to Portia while making his choice of caskets. He is commenting on the caskets to himself. He is speaking about the superficiality of the outward appearance of people. The most appropriate answer is option C. He is commenting on the caskets to himself. He is not speaking to anybody else. Next, question 2. The two senses of light in weight and in morals allow Bisanyo to point out dash, the miracle in nature. What does he try to show here? Is it a paradox, a simile, a metaphor, or symbolism? This points out a paradox. The adjective snaky implies a comparison with the head of dash. Which mythological character is being referred to here? Diana, Sibylla, Medusa or Cupid? The right answer is option C, Medusa. The adjective snaky implies a comparison with the head of Medusa, who had snakes for hair. Anyone who looked at Medusa was turned to stone. Question 4. What is the dowry of a second head? The locks of hair are cut off from the head of a dead woman who lies in her grave. The long curly hair belongs to a woman who is believed to be beautiful. The wig belongs to a woman who is dead and lies in her grave. The dead woman wore a wig which belonged to a beautiful woman. So this is quite confusing. Never mind. Let me tell you the right answer. It is option A. The locks of hair are cut off from the head of a dead woman who lies buried in her grave. So there are some beautiful women who use wigs, and the hair has been cut off from the head of a dead woman who lies in her grave. What is ornament compared to? Lead, gilded shore to a most dangerous sea, supposed fairness or paleness. The right answer is option B. What is it? Ornament is but the gilded shore to a most dangerous sea. Next, 20. By alluding to Midas, what does Bisanyo refer to about gaudy gold? Gold could not serve as a substitute for food. Gold is not dull like lead. Gold is a precious metal. Gold is purchased by the weight. The right answer is gold could not serve as a substitute for food. Hard food for Midas. Now the reference to Midas. In Greek mythology, Midas was granted his wish that everything he touched should be turned to gold. Food became a problem for him. Well, here I end today's session. In this session, I discussed with you more than 20 multiple choice questions on Act 3, Scene 2 of The Merchant of Venice. In the next session, that is in video number 2, I will discuss with you more than 40 multiple choice questions. So, after watching both the videos, you will be prepared with more than 60 multiple choice questions on Act 3, Scene 2. But before that, kindly subscribe to our channel, Study English with Momita and Shomi. Like, share and comment and tap the bell icon please. May God bless you.